Using Diigo Web Highlighter in Safari on iPad. I'm going to show you how to use the Web Highlighter tool in Safari on an iPad to save a web page to your Diigo account and also to make a couple of highlights on it. This assumes that you have already installed the Web Highlighter tool in Safari. So first of all, you obviously get to the web page you want to save, and so I've found an article here on Edutopia that I want to save. So now that I'm already on it, I'm just going to tap Web Highlighter up in my favorites. Then I'm going to tap Bookmark. And usually the title of the web page is already inserted for me. Occasionally that doesn't happen, so if it does, you might need to type it. Then I'm going to put a couple of tags on it. This is how I'm categorizing the web page for me to find later. So this one is about leadership. And it is also about education. And you can see, because I've used Diigo extensively, Diigo is suggesting some tags for me that I already have in my library. So if I started typing something, I can also just tap there. Like here's another tag, educational leadership, that I have. So I'm going to tap that and add it to my list. Now, right now I want to keep this public. There's no reason for me to have it be a private bookmark, but if for some reason I wanted it private, I could tap this slider here to change that. But I'm going to keep mine public. Now, under more options, there's a couple of neat things you can do. You could leave yourself some notes if you want under description. This might help yourself or someone else who finds your bookmark to know what it's about. You can add it to a list if you're keeping lists in Diigo. We're not going to go into that in depth at this point, but I have a few lists, and one of them is iPad. None of these are lists that I need to add my bookmark to, so I'm just going to save without that. But I am going to share this to a group. Groups already exist in Diigo, and you can also create them for yourself and colleagues so that you can share common bookmarks if you're working together. And for iPad Palooza 2014, I created a group that we could all use going forward through the conference. So I am going to choose that group just to show you how that happens. And so essentially I'm saving the bookmark for myself, but I'm also telling a group of folks that are all in this group together, hey, here's a bookmark you might be interested in. So now I'm going to tap Save, and that's it. I'll show you in a minute what it looks like in my library. The other thing I want to show you real quick is just how you might highlight something for future reference so you can know why you kept this. This is not a necessary step, but it's nice if you know about it. So right here is some information about what a visionary leader is, and I really like what it says. So I'm going to tap and try to get just the information that I think is relevant, just like I were highlighting on paper or something. And then in my Diigo Web Highlighter, which is still showing up at the top of the screen, I'm going to tap Highlight, and it defaults to yellow, but if I tap down here where I just highlighted, the Diigo bar will come up, and I could change it to a different color if I like. I can also add sticky notes if I want to remind myself of why I highlighted this. Okay, and my sticky notes can be private or public, so I'm just going to make it public. Then anyone that comes here and sees this from me will see it. So then I'm going to hit post for that so that the sticky note will stay there. And that's the basics of it. So if you ever come across a page that has notes or highlights on it that you didn't put there, it's because you're signed into Diigo but someone else left public highlights and notes. If you want to actually see your library from this spot, the easy way to do it is to click on the Diigo button and tap My Library, and then you can actually see it takes you straight to your library in Safari. It's opened a new tab in Safari for me, and I can actually see here my latest bookmark. I can see the tags I put on it, and I can see the definition that, or the sticky note that I wrote that said great definition, and it actually shows the text I highlighted. So it's a pretty powerful tool, and that's just the surface of it. So I hope you enjoy learning more about using Diigo as you continue to use it.